And we're back. That was cool. Jacob Lang from Westmont High. Looking forward to working with him. So, which brings me to my next All Star. He's gonna join me in just a little bit. But one of the coolest thing about this whole entire process is connecting with the parents. Like for me, I think that's pretty cool. And my next All Star um, is from Oakland, California. He played for Bishop O'Dowd, the Dragons. And so when I saw his name, I was like, Bernard Jones. I know Bernard Jones from back in my San Jose State days, and it turns out that his dad, that I know his dad, so that's pretty cool. So just waiting for him to join me here, but I was watching his huddle, and my goodness, this guy is physical, and he is like, he's quick to the ball. He can find the ball really well as a defender. So definitely an all-star caliber. He's a two-star national recruit, soon to be three from what I heard. He is joining me right now.
Get Sports Focus is brought to you by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. Weightsandbars.com. Build your home gym and shop locally from the Bay Area's best fitness equipment experts. Ike's Love in Sandwiches. Championship level sandwiches every single time. South Bay Construction. A reputation built on trust. And by Game Breaker, the official safety and uniform partner of Get Sports Focus.
Yay! My man! Great to see you, man.
No, huh?
This is awesome.
I looked you up. I was like, yep.
Tilt your camera down a little so I can see a little, so we don't have too much headspace right there.
Okay.
BJ, what's going on?
I'm gonna leave you guys. So, see you.
Okay,
Right.
well, we'll schedule a different Zoom for you, Dad.
Yep, yep.
How you doing?
I was doing the intro just now, and I was telling everybody that one of the coolest things about organizing this All-Star game is getting to know the parents and connecting with the parents. Because it's not just about the athlete, it's about the family, and that's kind of like what we're going for here. So when I saw your dad's name, I was like, Bernard Jones. There's got to be a million Bernard Jones on the planet, but I only know one Bernard Jones. I'm wondering if this Bernard Jones is the Bernard Jones that I know from way back in the days. And sure enough, man, as soon as your dad picked up the phone, I'm like, dude, we used to ride the bus together.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. So how you doing, man? I see. I'm glad we got connected. Your dad and I got connected, and I saw your name, and I was like, Bishop O'Dowd. That's a little far, but let's check him out.
No, yeah, it's been cool. I mean, I don't know. Just obviously our season's over now, so I've been in off season just working out and stuff. But it's been cool, yeah. Just kind of finishing up college apps. That's what I've been doing mostly, and just
Nice.
homework and stuff like that. Yeah.
That could be a stressful process. I know.
Yeah, it is. I'm almost done.
So
I got a few other things I need to finish up, but yeah, I'll be
nice.
done
Well,
with it.
I thank you for making the time to do this real quick. I figured, we might as well hit you up and talk just a little bit. And when I think of Bishop O'Dowd, I think of the great basketball teams and
Oh
the
yeah.
baseball and the soccer,
Mm-hmm.
and of course football. It's always cool. When I started television, I used to go there a lot because Channel
Mm-hmm.
2 was right down the street.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
It
so we
was.
covered a lot of Bishop O'Dowd, and it's always a challenge to cover games there because of the space.
Yeah, it's not a super big field.
There's narrow spaces, on the sideline. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. So this is about you, and we want to get to know you a little bit more. So why don't we start with you talking about your athletic background and how you ended up at Bishop O'Dowd?
Okay. I mean, for the most part, I didn't really play a lot of football in my life. I think like for the most part, I played flag. Like that's like what I usually play, like for middle school and like elementary. And I also play like basketball a lot. For my middle school team, Oakland Charter Academy, I played basketball for them. We're pretty good. I don't remember our record or anything, but we were pretty good. And I played basketball my freshman year, but I haven't been playing it anymore. I just focus more on football. But yeah, I've been playing all 4 years. Freshman year, I was on freshman team or our JV team. It was frost off. And then I got moved up at the end of the season. And then I've been playing varsity ever since. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking at your videos and I'm like, man, this guy he's physical when he makes contact, but you're quick to the ball. Like you have a really good instinct, like reading plays. Um, where did that come from? Is that like a basketball thing where you're kind of like chasing
Oh,
guys?
actually, I forgot to mention I run track too, so that kind of helps
Oh,
me.
okay.
Yeah, I actually did mention that. But yeah, I run track, I jump, and I also I do some sprints, but not like a lot. That's not my main thing that I do. But I jump, I do triple and I do long jump, and I do like 200 usually if I do sprints. So yeah, that helps me. And I also just did like a lot of training. Like even before I got to O'Dowd, I did like training with different people, and that helped me build my quickness and like speed and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it's highly recommended nowadays, especially the way things are so competitive. Like you can't just sit home. You
Oh
can't
yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't just do your own basement workout. Like you have to have some kind of a expert work, like, and also working with other guys too, right? You were you
Yeah.
working alongside like other guys
Yeah.
from the area?
Yeah, I would like even work out with some of my teammates or just different people from different teams. Like I remember one kid from James Logan, he graduated last year. I would work out with him. We would run hills. We would do different like beach workouts and stuff like that. And yeah, we work out with a whole bunch of different people. And I actually worked out with what's his name? There's one of this players that used to play in the NFL, Jeremy Ross. He was a receiver. He helped me out with quickness and stuff like that, and ladders and stuff. Like I would do that with him and like just sprints. And yeah, that's pretty much what I would do.
So
Yeah.
football is definitely something serious for you. You want to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Um, I see you're rated a 2-star. Talk about being one of the elites. I mean, that's not something that, you know, anybody and everybody can just get. I mean, to be recognized as a star athlete and a national recruit, that's big time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I talked to Brandon before. I tweet at him and stuff like that. So it's not like I like don't know him or anything, but it's cool. I think definitely kind of helps with recruiting, but I don't think it's like the main important part. It's usually just how I play and stuff in the film that helps. But yeah,
Yeah.
good to have.
Talk about the academics part. I know, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
going to a private school is one thing.
Mhm.
Playing sports and being a student athlete, I mean, that's a whole
Yeah.
different package right there.
Yeah, it's a lot, especially at our school. It's pretty rigorous, academically rigorous. Like there's a lot of stuff. Like even this year, it's been
Hmm.
pretty cool. Like for this semester, I have a 3.8 or something. I haven't checked my grades in a while, but I think I had a 3.8 the last time I checked. But my cumulative is a 3.5, and I have like we kind of have to take APs at my school, like a lot of them. I have the AP African American Studies this year. I took AP Computer Science and Psychology last year, and I don't take any sophomore and freshman year, but those are like the main APs I would take. And like there's like other classes that were actually kind of challenging because like our teachers made it like pretty challenging. I remember a history class I had, a US history. Our teacher was like making it like a college class almost. It was pretty cool, but it was like super hard.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri. Um, yeah, it
I
was.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I was listening to what you're saying. I got it. I got it.
I don't know what the thing.
Technology, man. Hey,
Uh-huh.
I mean, your dad will tell you this, but your generation is super spoiled, man. You guys got all kinds of stuff to play with.
Hmm.
But talk about like, you know, your generation's um tools and how you're able to utilize. I know you went through COVID,
Oh,
everybody did, but
mhm.
talk about how you were able to handle that part of your high school um, career when it comes to the school part and the sports.
I think like in COVID, I remember myself just like obviously we're on laptops most of the day for school, but I think like a lot of the times I was like calling up a lot of my friends just to get help with like assignments, like because we had a lot of projects during COVID, so I would like call up some of my friends and even different teachers if I needed help with something, and I would just communicate with them and like let's connect and make sure I'm like doing what I need to do. And I would do the same with my teammates. I remember like even though it was COVID, we would go out to the field sometimes, like even on like Saturdays. It wouldn't be like super like physical or anything. It would just be like throwing routes or like doing drills and stuff like that. It was pretty cool actually. We would like yeah, it would just be at different parks usually, but it was definitely helpful for
That
us to
so you sounds like you handled it pretty well. Like it wasn't
yeah,
anything
yeah.
like super challenging. Because I know some other students, they had their mental challenges and all that stuff. So
Uh,
not
yeah, I did have my mental challenges. It's certain like sometimes, but it wasn't like super hard for me, I would say. I think the only thing that was hard for me was attention-based stuff, like actually paying attention to the class. And I think for me, like I have ADHD, so it's like super hard for me to pay attention in the classes. So like I said, when I call my teachers, it was usually for stuff like I forgot or like I didn't like hear or forgot like I wasn't paying attention in the class. So I had to call them to get the work
nice.
done. But yeah, it was usually pretty smooth during the yeah, during pandemic. I don't really think it was like super bad. Like I had good grades. I think my first semester I had like a 3.6 or something. I don't remember my grades, but it was like I remember me doing pretty well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So obviously academics is very important to you and your family.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? Your drive to be on top of things and getting your stuff done.
I think it was mainly during my like my ninth grade year, like at the end of it, just kind of realizing that I really need this if I want to get to where I want to be, like like with my success. And I think it was like that, and also like my parents pushing me to like actually succeed in what I want to do. Like my mom, she comes like from a really academic like area. She went to Stanford. She's doing her doctorate right now, and
Nice.
she pushes me a lot to do my work and just stay on top of it. My dad also like he always gets on me about my work, and he just checks in with me and helps make sure that I'm focused and not like slacking off and stuff like that.
That's
But yeah,
awesome, man. So Bishop O'Dowd, tell me about the team
yeah,
and just your experience, man. It went like that, huh? It
oh, yeah,
went fast.
it was really fast. I honestly didn't think it would go by that fast. Like the first 4 games were kind of rough for us. I think like we lost like we're 0-4, but then we started bringing it back. I remember like we won like we had like 2 wins in a row. We had a tough loss against one team. It went to overtime and we just missed a kick, and then it's just like how it goes. And then we beat another team. We destroyed like 2 other teams, like because we picked up our pace and actually like figured out what we needed to be doing to win. Like was too late too soon though, but we kind of picked up our pace. But I love the team, honestly. It's like most of my guys, like we always like to call them up. We like have FaceTime calls and stuff like that, or just hang out with them. Like usually at school, we're like always connecting. It's pretty cool just to be with my team. And I love the coaches.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, yeah, brotherhood, literally. And I love my coaches, my personal like coaches, my running back and linebacker coach. I like them because they actually like call you and like actually see how you're doing and stuff. And like actually like connect with you too. It's like cool. And like the practices is actually good. We get some actual work in and not like overly killing. I mean, some days we actually we be dying from, from conditioning and stuff, but overall we get some work in and we actually like do pretty good in practice.
Nice. So
Yeah,
what are some of the lessons that you learned playing football at
man.
Bishop O'Dowd?
I think honestly just to really endure through stuff. Like I think like that was a big part of our just like even like my whole football at high school, just to endure through like different injuries, like because I had like a few injuries throughout my years. And just like to not really think about all the mistakes and like different things we've done wrong, but to like move on from that stuff and actually carry it on to the next game and like fix it and do better. Like this, that can you could put that into anything, like in like work. You could just forget the mistakes and actually do better and like just improve and keep improving and not settle for less. And I think it's just overall just building like connections with people as well. Like that's another thing. Like just talking to people and like keeping those relationships like forever, like or just for a long time, because that can definitely help you in the long run, or just help you connect with that person and stuff like that. It's just building a family, and it's like always a good thing to do that. So yeah, those are
Nice.
like the two main things. So,
Nice. Well, I mean, I was talking to Jacob Lang from Westmont High. He's actually that guy right there.
oh, okay.
Ask him this question, so I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Uh, the next level is within reach. You never know who's gonna be watching this, who's gonna be watching you. Uh, but if you were given an opportunity to present yourself to college coaches,
Mhm.
how would you talk about yourself? What would you say about your scouting? What would be your scouting report about you?
Hmm. Hey, I mean,
Put you on
kind
the
of.
spot.
Yeah, I know. Kind of like what you said at first, like the first start of the meeting, like just I got a motor, I can make plays whenever you need me to, just be physical. Just honestly, just I have the size to play really anywhere. I could play safety, I could play linebacker, I could play really running back if I need to. I played really well this year at running back and linebacker, so you can put me wherever you need me to play. Special teams as well. I pretty much played all special teams on our team, so I can play there as well. And just yeah, I'm gonna bring a lot to your team, and just with not just football, but with connections and like building a good actual team and like morale with the actual team. And yeah, that's what I would say.
I think leadership is a
Sure.
very important characteristic when it comes to the next level. So, what
Mhm.
with all the accomplishments that you've gotten and stuff that are still to come, who
Mhm.
are the people that you want to thank that have
Yeah.
made a difference in your life?
Man, number of people. I think for one, my parents, obviously, I wouldn't be here, obviously, alive without them, but also just succeeding in the things I've done. Like they've got me to Odell just to do well academically and just even being able to play football. And they just encouraged me a lot just to do the things I needed to do. I think also my friends and just like them encouraging me to keep playing football because like those are the people I talk to a lot. It's just about how I'm feeling about like different things, like discouragements with like injuries, like I said earlier, or just different things like school, helping me with school, or just like stuff like that. I think I want to also thank just um honestly God. I think like that's a really important person in my life because like for my church, I studied a lot of the Bible. Like we would have like Bible studies after my service at my church, and then we'll like sometimes pray like during the morning with certain people at my church, and it'll be really cool just to even like learn more about him and how he actually like helped me a lot throughout my life. Because I just realized like there's a lot of times like some things are out of my control, like obviously like with my future, just different things like that that God has like he's putting me in a position to like really succeed and like do the things that I want to do in life. So yeah, definitely would like to thank him as well. So those are like the main people.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this last question that I have is now my favorite question. If you were to talk to little BJ, freshman BJ, incoming freshman BJ, and give him some advice, what would you say?
Man, hey, that's a hard question. I'll tell him a lot of things. I think the first thing I would tell myself is to really, really lock in on the grades because I know there's a lot of times during my freshman year when I thought it would be all right if I just slacked off, and then it kind of carries on like that procrastination will carry on. So I think to really lock in on grades and just actually focus in class. That's one thing. I think also just to not give up. I think there's a lot of times I can think that I just kind of give up on things. Like even in like classes, like I was talking about, I can like have a quit attitude and not really like put a lot of heart into like what I'm doing, or just kind of go through the motions of like school and football. Like I can kind of just feel like, oh, I'm not. Because honestly, when I was coming into my freshman year, I felt like I should have been on varsity because I was playing like really well, and I was like, man, do I really want to play this sport? Because I had like track and basketball to play, but I ended up not quitting and focusing more on it anyway. So I think that's something I would tell myself to like really lock in and then like take it in. And yeah, I think that's probably the only things I would tell myself, really.
Well,
Just to
you seem locked in.
yeah. Yeah, now I do. I mean, like I needed a lot of more people to help me do that, so I probably wouldn't be able to do that
Well, I
by
mean,
myself. So,
I'm glad we crossed paths, and I'm glad I got connected with your dad, and this is a really cool conversation that we're gonna be putting it out there, and I like I like the fact that you have a really good way of handling. I mean, it sounds like you really locked in as far as overcoming some of the challenges that was presented to you throughout your high school career. I mean, Bishop O'Dowd is pretty consistent in producing
yeah,
pros. I
yeah.
mean, there's Javon's in Miami right now, Holland. And
Hmm.
then you got Austin Jones that's about to, I don't know if he's gonna. I think
He should be
is
able
he
to get
declaring?
something.
Is he gonna be in the NFL draft or?
I think so. Should.
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought you were related to him.
No, nah.
I was like
Oh, I got
Jones, little
that.
brother, younger brother.
Bro, it's annoying. Bro, I remember it was one time because I went to Oregon. It was crazy. I met Javon there, and my dad's like, "You guys are twins." I was like, "Bro, not start this," because people say that at my school. They say I look like Javon, and they say, "Are you related to Austin?" I'm like, "No, dude." One time I went to the Stanford camp, and they said, "Are you related to Austin Jones?" I'm like, "No, that's not my brother." And yeah,
Hey, they like lineage. You should have said yes if I would have
I
offered
could
you
have,
right then and
but I
there.
wouldn't lie to him. I wouldn't lie to
Big bro Austin. Oh, that's cool. I remember when Austin was man, I met him when he was a sophomore, and I just kind of followed his progression, and
him.
I was
Yeah,
really happy he went to Stanford because I'm a
me
Stanford
too.
guy. I'm a Stanford fan. We cover a lot of Stanford, and it was cool to see him play there at least I think for a year, right? And then
Yeah, it was a year.
he went to SC. So,
Yep.
but yeah, man. I mean, we're connected. You have my number. You have my contact, and we're really looking forward to having you be part of this experience. I think
Mhm.
you're gonna like the guys that are on the squad. They're just like you,
Yep.
smart, athletic, forward thinkers.
Yeah.
They can. They're gonna go to college. I mean, you guys are all gonna go to college for sure. You have
Yeah.
the academics. So, but yeah, we'll be in touch, and I'm glad we got to do this. And
Yeah. Me too, man. Yeah.
if there is there anything else that you want to throw in there? Any shout outs?
Not really. Not really.
Come on, you got to shout out some of your friends.
I mean, I don't know. Shout out my boy Sean. He's also a baller. But he plays corner. I think he might play with y'all, but I'm not sure. He went crazy this year, like 6 picks or something. I don't know.
I heard.
Um,
I heard.
oh yeah. Who else? Uh, some of my boys. Who else? Kari. That dude's tough. He's a sophomore. I don't know how many touchdowns he had, but he went really crazy at the end of the year. My boy Emilio, he played tight end and linebacker. Yeah, that's really all the people I could think of.
Nice. If you mentioned your name, that means you're special.
Nah, yeah, boys, bro.
Nice. All right, well, I know you got a lot of things going on, and I really thank you for making the time and thank your dad and your mom for me for allowing you to take some time off schoolwork to talk in this Zoom meeting. Which I'm sure you're a pro at this.
No, yeah, I'm wish I wasn't been Zoom too much.
Oh
Mhm.
man. All right. Well, we'll talk some more. Looking forward to meeting you in person in a couple of weeks when we start it up. So
Sure.
I'll keep in touch and yeah, man.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, man. See you later.
That was BJ Bernard Jones. I think he's a junior. As in like, his dad's name is also Bernard Jones. But yeah, that was fun. So that's really one of the fun things about doing this is, getting to know the parents as well. And that's one smart dude. I could tell he's got stuff in his mind and he's gonna do some great things. So I'm glad that we have him on the squad. We got more coming up, so you might want to hit that follow button, subscribe button. This is Get Sports Focus. We'll be right back.